This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Glitter and Lasers. Woo! And it is spooky season-ish, but it's like casual spooky season. Sorry. I'm a little tired today, so here we are. Here we are. As we know, when I'm tired, I get a little bit punchy, which is where I need to be to watch Glitter and Lasers. All right, look, guys, I gotta say some things here. I am honestly starting to feel bad for Anna. Anna recently put up a post on Threads that said, I wish there was some way that I could only post to my community and not to anyone else. And my initial reaction to that was, yeah, I bet you do. Because you post a lot of dumb shit that people react to because you've said something stupid on the internet. But you're also a public figure. And you don't, as a public figure, and it's not like she accidentally became a public figure. She worked for this. She wants to be a public figure. You don't get privacy on the internet when that happens, right? You don't get privacy on the internet as a non-public figure, right? As a public figure, you not only don't get privacy on the internet, you get super scrutinized on the internet, right? Like, you can't fart without people making a huge fucking deal out of it, right? I feel like Anna doesn't understand that, which confuses me, because basically her degree from Columbia has to do with social media and social media use. So hypothetically, she should understand this concept. And she also doesn't seem to understand that, like, when you post things on public forums like Threads or Twitter or Instagram where your audience can see it, people are going to react to it. That's kind of the purpose of it. Like, yes, you're hoping people are going to react positively and supportively, but there are going to be people who, it doesn't matter what you post. You could post, oh my god, the sky was a beautiful color of blue today, and there will be 9 people on there telling you that you used the wrong word for blue, another 5 that are telling you that the sky is not really blue, it's just our perception of the sky, and really it's, I don't know, puce for something, I don't know. And then you'll have like 5 other people that think you're being privileged because you even get to see the sky, and it's like that kind of a thing, right? You literally can't say anything without somebody having something to say about what you have to say. Whether those people are correct or not, it's a whole other story. There we are. I would think Anna, who has been on the internet for like 10 plus years at this point, would understand that, right? And it's very clear in some of her Threads posts that she has been posting lately that she is very frustrated about the fact that she is getting feedback from the reaction communities that exist around not just her, but around other girls. There's very few channels I can think of that exclusively do Glitter and Lasers reactions, okay? It is very obvious to me that she is unprepared for this. She's uncomfortable with it, and she doesn't know how to handle it, right? I don't think there's like the perfect way to handle this kind of thing, but typically, if you don't like the way a community is interacting with you on the internet, your best bet is to just kind of ignore it, honestly. Because if you don't, you're basically feeding the trolls effectively. And Anna can't seem to not do that, because Anna can't take criticism of any kind without taking it super personally and then feeling like she needs to snap back. And every time she snaps back, it just makes it worse. And she just, it snowballs from there. And we get things like her story about the woman who's told her a nice job getting out there, where whether or not the story is real or not, every time Anna got on Instagram to defend herself, she built the story up more and more and more, trying to make herself sound like the victim in this situation. Only every time she did it, she changed the story enough that people were like, wait a minute, but you said this, and now you're saying this. And then she just got flustered because people were calling her out on her story's inconsistencies, and eventually she quit responding, but it took her a while to get there. she's recently done this twice now on her Twitter posts. One of which was she got pissed off because she went to the doctors and there was a guy sitting in the plus size seating and he didn't get up and immediately give her his seat when he saw her walk in. Why would he? And then when people were like, you're not, first off, it's not plus size seating, it's handicap accessible seating. And secondly, why do you think you're privileged to this seat? So then she's got to go on this tirade about how he's like something like a white dude. And, you know, he clearly he didn't need the entire seat for himself because when his wife came in, he scooted over and they sat on the seat together. And I'm like, so you had to expand the story in order to make him sound like more of a villain, to make yourself sound like more of a victim, when it really just kind of boils down to, dude didn't owe you shit. He doesn't need to get out of the seat for you. If you don't fit in any of the other seats, sucks to be you. This is how this stuff works. It's not like a handicapped parking space. There's nobody who's going to go out there and find somebody for parking in the space if they don't belong there. Probably they're not going to do that anyway, right? So also, you're not owed shit. Anyway, so she got a lot of feedback on that one, so she kept trying to change the story in order to make it sound like it was a bigger deal than it was, including adding a wife for this guy who had been manspreading originally. Anyway. Oh, and the other one was she decided to try vague posting about a guy that she knew this one time when she was working at this other job, and he had mentioned something about another famous guy who he had to do like special work for. And Anna was like, oh my God, I just now realized he was talking about P. Diddy. And so of course that blows up because of the whole thing that's going on with P. Diddy right now, to the point where she's like, oh my God, I have to end comments here because I didn't realize how much this was going to blow up. And then of course she had to expand on things. And it's like, so you were making shit up, people were calling you on it, you don't want to deal with being called on it. And so because you really can't elaborate on it without really showing that you're making the story up, you're just going to cut everybody off. Maybe you shouldn't have posted it in the first place. Like, you were trying to gain clout through vague posting, and it basically blew up in your face because you decided to clout chase on P. Diddy and you don't know shit about any of it. And so people started calling you out for it. That's what happened. You got caught in a lie and you didn't know how to backpedal out of it. That's what's happening. And I guess what's going on is Anna wishes she could post like that on Threads and not have that backlash. And that's just not how the internet works. The internet has never worked like that. Even when Twitter was the big thing, if you tweeted something stupid out, someone will call you out for it. And once you've caught people's attention, you're screwed. It's just how it works. If you don't want people following your every thought on Threads, don't post your every thought on Threads. You can't block everybody, I guess is my point. But it's just, those kind of things are just kind of showing me that Anna just doesn't really get how the internet works, and it makes me feel bad for her because she's clearly not handling it well. And so on top of making me feel bad, I actually kind of worry a little bit because she's been very dark lately, like not really posting much other than the random word vomit on Threads. And I just kind of wonder, because she keeps saying things like, oh, I'm still recovering. Oh, I'm still recovering. Oh, I'm still recovering. Yeah, but you were posting videos like 3 weeks ago about how you're healing so fast and how you've been cleared to go work out and you're cleared to get into the water and yada yada. You're cleared for this, you're cleared for that, you're healing this, you're healing that. But yet you haven't really done much because you're still recovering. So which is it? You know, are you a super healer or are you recovering? And what are you recovering from at this point? did something happen that doesn't have to do with the surgery and you're recovering from that? But then again, Anna's so closed with things and so mysterious with everything. We'll never know until she lets us know or until we figure it out. Anyway, all of that is a long way for me to introduce her latest video, which is I'm back with a bang, crushing my first gym workout post lipedema surgeries. Now, she's already posted a short, 2 of them actually, where she's like, oh my god, I've been cleared to go work out, squee! And then goes and does her little warm-up exercises and does her weightlifting. And we've already had that discussion on this channel twice. So there you have that. If you want to go watch those, you're more than welcome to. The last video that we just did with her, like I just released it on this channel, was Glitter and Laser, was Anna talking with her MLD, manual lymphatic massage therapist about manual lymphatic massage. There we go. Anyway, words. Okay, words. Anyway, we've already covered that video. There was a lot of woo. There was a lot of double speak. There was a lot of misdirection, I personally feel, in that video. I kind of pointed it out where I mentioned it. I'm not the only creator, the only reactor who's noticed it. Colin Mockery noticed it, called it out pretty strongly. Mama Goob, who has had the same treatments, called it out. And I believe there was a third person whose name is escaping me right this second, and I apologize, but she also was calling it out and like, it's not really what's happening. So Anna's back on the misinformation train. She's back on the pseudoscience train. She's in full gear. She's back on the Delulu train, I guess we'll say. And this, I'm back with the bang, crushing my first gym workout. It's only an 8-minute video, and it's 8 minutes of Anna trying to convince us that, once again, she is a fitness queen and she is unstoppable. Okay? Even though she has a real hard time getting through her workout. Again. Alright, so today is September the 23rd. This video is a day old as of today. I do have her sped up. Yeah, I do. I do have her sped up, and there are some sections with music in it, so if there's like chunks where it's quiet, that's because the music was copywritten and I had to take it out. Sorry, that's how the internet works. So, all right, let's get into this. Let's get going with the music.
Okay, so this is the hotel gym. It's actually pretty nice, which I'm excited about.
People are asking why she's in a hotel gym again, and she has been hinting about some big project she's working on. I think she's doing something like a curated box or something like that, just because there was another creator who posted something about working with Glitter and Lasers and how they were creating a custom something, and it looked like a custom box for Glitter and Lasers. So it looks like she's putting out some kind of like curated box of stuff, which would be interesting. If that is what's happening, we might look into seeing if we can get one of them just to see what's in it, you know? We'll do an unboxing, if that's what's happening. If it's not, I have no idea. Are we signed up for the newsletter? You're damn right we are. Have we gotten anything like a confirmation note about how we're signed up for said newsletter? No, we have not. It's very strange. So I don't know if she's like, because I know Colin said he signed up for it too and he hasn't received any kind of confirmation. So I don't know if Colin and I have just been like blacklisted, which would be very strange because the email I used is in no way connected to any of my other accounts. So it'd be very strange if that's what's going on, or if this is again one of Anna's half-assed things where she doesn't really have all of the gears moving in the same time, and the email sign up is one of those things where it just isn't set up correctly, and so no one's getting notifications that they're part of this email. If you signed up and you got an email notification notifying you that you are successfully signed up, let me know.
I'm getting my workout routine from an app called Trainwell. It used to be called Copilot. I used them before my surgery. I love them, so it just made the easiest thing to transition back into it.
She did not. Look at her body language. She's dipping into her making things up zone.
An app called Train.
And then she's telling us about Trainwell becoming, or Trainwell used to be Copilot. I suspect, cannot confirm, I suspect Copilot changed its name because Microsoft is calling its AI attachment Copilot. I'm guessing that's why they changed the name of their workout app.
Trainwell. It used to be called Copilot. I used them before my surgery.
I used them before my surgery. She cannot even look directly at the camera when she's saying this because we all know it's not true. I mean, she was, in that she was sponsored by them, and that's about it.
Love them, so just made the easiest thing to transition back into it.
And now we're back over into making shit up again. This is her other makeup zone.
It's not sponsored in any way. It's just what I use.
And again, it's just what I use. Look away real fast. She doesn't, though. She wants us to believe that she is. She wants us to believe that she's using the hell out of this app. But she's not. And it's evident that she's not. But Anna's one of these people that she feels like if she just tells you things, that you'll ignore the visual evidence that is counter to the things that she's telling you. Like, there's deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. And Anna wants us to use our deductive reasoning alone, where the only way we're allowed to draw conclusions is based off of the things she directly tells us, where we are capable of inductive reasoning, where we can look at everything else and make a judgment call based on that, given the evidence, right? Given the evidence, we can induce that she has not been using Copilot all this time, or Trainwell all this time, right? Maybe she's had an account, you know? But does that mean she's using it?
So if you feel like someone's directing me, yes, they are, through the app and through my headphones. I told her to give me like a beginner workout. I can't imagine it's gonna be that hard.
See, she already knows she's gonna suck at this.
Watch it be so hard. I mean, I've got to maintain something, right?
How long's it been since you worked out last?
But I'm gonna just try to keep my expectations low. I don't want this to be a defeating experience. I want to be just excited that I get to do it again. I'm so type A. I'm gonna be so mad if it's hard. I'm gonna be so mad at myself. It's okay.
This has nothing to do with being a type A. This is like her and her, I'm a perfectionist, and then nothing is ever perfect. Like, nothing is even really, like, her version of perfectionism is so counter to the definition of being a perfectionist. Same thing with her weird type A shit. She's like, I'm so type A. What does any of this have to do with you being type A? Like, nothing here you've described is part of being type A.
Part of the process. Sucking is the first step at being good at something.
Yeah, well, you know how you start getting good at things? Practice, practice, practice. If you're still sucking at things 9 months after you supposedly started doing them, either it's definitely not your thing or you're not doing it.
So this actually doesn't have a walking workout for today, but I'm gonna do one just because I know that it helps my joints get warm. And also, like, I don't know, I'm a little nervous, so I just wanna make sure that I'm doing like a little bit extra to warm myself up before I actually get to lifting anything. So yeah, I'm gonna just do like 5 minutes on the treadmill really.
The heavy lifting. We wanna make sure we're good and limbered before we start really doing that heavy weightlifting, you guys. Sorry, I'm not letting it go.
Just a slow pace, like not even fast, just to like get moving again.
I think she's having flashbacks to the last time she tried to show us her workout, and she tried to record herself doing her workout, and it was so painfully evident that she did not work out because she couldn't even make it through the first round of her workout. And that was after the beginning of the video where she was like, I'm gonna kill it, you guys. I'm totally gonna show you how plus size working out goes. I've been doing this for such a long time. I'm like the best there is at this. And then like she could not even make it through the first set. And there were 2 sets. And they're all basically the exact same exercises that she does in this one. I don't know why, but I've got the Bee Gees stuck in my head right now. This music's like reminding me of Bee Gees. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. No one will know what I'm humming because I don't know what I'm humming.
That's the first time I've kept a pace in walking since surgery. So that was harder.
Can you not bend your knees? What the fuck was that?
That's the first time I've kept
Watch her step off of this.
a pace in walking
Well, here she goes.
since surgery.
Am I insane? Is that how you get off the treadmill? Because I just kind of stepped down, but it was almost like she couldn't bend her legs and she just kind of like fell off.
So that
Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
was harder. And I'm out of breath. It wasn't that bad.
Why does she have one sock on still?
It was okay. This sounds weird. I haven't had surgery on my calves, but I think my calves have shrunk because these go up just a little too easy now. So I think I need to buy a smaller sizing compression.
John is filming her. She's being filmed by John right now. Last time she filmed herself in her living room. This time she's got John filming her, which I think is making her super nervous about this because she's got a witness.
In my socks. We'll do with that another day.
Also, we all know that these are not compression socks, so whatever.
What up now? 30 seconds of windmill. Woo.
Did you really need to check your watch for 30 seconds of windmill? Look how high up her shoulders are. She's like doing it like this. Like, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, it does. Also, aren't you supposed to not bend your knees? Oh, God. She just... Look what I can do. I'm sorry. One of these clips is the clip that Alona was like, she freeze framed it on it, and Anna has like this real serious look on her face when she's got these two little 10-pound dumbbells down between her knees, and she's like, what did Alona say? She's like, oh yeah, now you know she's lifting heavy because she's got her grr face on or something like that. It's just like, I fucking lost it. Yeah, there she goes.
I mean, one movement in my lower back is sore. And I guess I forgot what it feels like when you first start working out.
If you've gotten... Okay, so apparently we're not counting the windmills or the weird steppy thing. I've seen other people do it. I don't know what it's called. And the modified jumping jacks. We're not counting those as part of the workout. But she does some weighted squats, and she's twinged her back doing her weighted squats.
So I want you guys to know that it sucks. It sucks. And I think that's why a lot of people stop, because they don't think it gets better, and it does. But the beginning sucks.
Maybe that's why you quit. Maybe that's why Anna quits things. Most people, when they injure themselves, the very first move, most people will like try to modify it, move on to a different exercise, ask what they did wrong. Because usually when you injure yourself working out, it means your form was off or you were going way too heavy. I'm not an expert. Just saying. I've watched enough people who are experts. I really cannot wait to hear what Ilona has to say about this video, because she's already reacted to the quick clip that Anna put up. So I'm really interested to hear what she has to say about the longer video. Especially this part where Anna's like, oh my God, I've already injured my back. But that's why people give up on working out, because it hurts. It hurts at the beginning. It hurts the next day. I mean, yeah, you're gonna feel it the next day.
So hard. It's like moral for life. The beginning of everything sucks. It's whether you can like push through the suck to determine whether you get the good part of it or not.
Which you have demonstrated many, many times you cannot do. Also, no, No, the beginning of things don't suck. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe the beginning of like your college courses suck because they're trying to haze you out. But like this kind of stuff, they're not trying to haze you. They're trying to ease you into this. That wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad of an exercise. And the way she's trying to twist this so that it sounds like she's done something massive. Like she's gone in there and she's just done like a 300-pound squat. And that's the beginning of this, you know? Like it just the way she's this is why I get frustrated with her and her workout shit. It's not that big of a deal. This should not have wrecked her. So far, she's done some windmills, some modified jumping jacks, and whatever the leg thing is to warm up. Those were the warm-ups. And she's done 10 squats with 10-pound dumbbells, and she's fucked up her back already?
So, here's the pushing through the sock.
These fucking rows, man. What is she doing? She's like turning her head to make up for the lifting of her. She thinks that this is the exercise. And I've already twinged my neck doing that shit. I don't even have weight on me. I did not realize that this is a pointless exercise, but Ilona went on about this kickback thing, and she's just like, what the fuck are these for? And I was just like, oh, well, all right. Is this supposed to be like a farmer carry? Is that what it's called? The farmer carry? It's a strength conditioning exercise that involves walking while holding a heavy weight in each hand. Overhead farmer carry? Is there such a thing? Overhead. Yeah, there is. Okay, so that's what she's doing. She's doing an overhead farmer's carry. A full body exercise that strengthens the shoulders, grip, and core. It's performed by holding a weight overhead while walking. Is especially challenging for the wrists and arms. But, I mean, I don't know who this guy is, but you can tell that he's using a fairly heavy weight, and he's walking at a semi-slow pace, right? Watch her do this, though. These are like 5-pound weights, guys. Look, if you're somebody and you're just starting and this is all you can do, props. I'm not coming for you. I'm coming for Anna, who made a post earlier, like a month ago, maybe a month and a half at this point, basically bragging about the fact that she's worked out roughly 5 days a week for 20 minutes each day. She's only been unable to work out for like maybe 2 months. I'm sorry, guys. This is what I'm talking about. We can clearly see with our own freaking eyes that she has not been doing her exercises the way she claims she is. We can clearly see that these are not the results of somebody who has been weightlifting all this time or weight training all this time, right? You've been weight training for going on over a year at this point, somewhere between 9 months to a year with Copilot, and I'm just saying, okay?
Okay, first set is done. Was not as hard as I thought it would be. Definitely took a little while for my body to like kick in, but I'm okay, I'm good.
I would hope. If that wiped your ass out, maybe we didn't see every exercise she was supposed to do. That's entirely possible. I mean, that's entirely possible. We only see what she wants us to see, right?
Oh, time for set 2.
Oh, time for set 2. She didn't even increase her weight. You're supposed to have those directly above your head, but whatever. She doesn't even do them correctly, but anyway, whatever. Don't do that. Either your weight is way too light and it's doing absolutely nothing for you then, or you're gonna hurt yourself. Because if you're using an appropriate amount of weight and you start doing that kind of shit, you're gonna hurt your shoulders.
The song was giving, so I started doing this. This is a bad idea. I'm not there yet. This is the worst of all the exercises for me. This one.
Why? I mean, I just want to know why. I don't think it shouldn't be. I just want to know why.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's around where she was making the grr face that Alona called her out for. She's not even fully touching her knee when she does the knee taps. She leans all the way over. Like, she's all the way over for these. They're just a side lunge. Keep your body upright. Lunge. It's not this. I suppose you can modify it to do that if that's what you need to do. She doesn't bend her knees, though. That's the other thing I'm noticing. She doesn't bend her knee. Really. She bends that one. She'll bend this knee, kind of, but this knee she's not bending. I don't know. I mean, I can guess why she's not doing it, but she's not said why she's not doing it, so it's just me speculating. But that would also explain why she couldn't get off the treadmill properly, because she's not bending this knee for some strange reason. If you're wrapped, if your legs are wrapped up the way her legs were wrapped up in the last video, and you're wearing your compression garment over it, which hypothetically would be like sucking it on real hard, is it kind of like a splint in that aspect? Because then does it make it hard to bend the leg? Is that what's happening? Is like because she's got her leg wraps and her compression garments on, that like she's basically got stuff straightening her limb out for her and she really can't bend her leg? Is that what's happening? Because otherwise the only thing I can come up with is that she's effed her knee up and she can't bend her knee anymore. Weird kickbacks. First off, this isn't how you do kickbacks. Even if they were effective, which apparently they're not, but I'm just going off of what Alona said. She's like... the weight shouldn't be that light. She started off with them up above her head. And then the more she walked, the more her arms were just doing this. And now she's here. Who's playing? Casey and... was it South Carolina and Kentucky? That feels good though. I like this. I don't understand her foot placement here. Like, she is on the side of her foot, which means her ankle is completely rotated. See how her feet are? She's literally on the side of her feet while she's doing this. She's not planted correctly, which means all of her strain, all the strain is coming straight down the side and straight through her ankle there. Otherwise, if you plant your feet correctly, this feels really, I think this feels really good.
Okay, so we just finished. I am
Who's wee white man?
sweaty. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was very doable. And I know that when I talked to my trainer, I did say to her, I don't want to like overwhelm myself too much. I'm still recovering. And I think this was like the perfect first workout. It was challenging, but it wasn't like, it didn't break me. And honestly, I think that like whole belief that workouts should break you.
Literally. Only dude bros. Like the proverbial gym bro, gym rat guy, right? The mythical one, the one that doesn't actually exist, that everybody kind of makes fun of because like he's supposed to be the example of the extreme end of this shit. Those are the only people that are like, oh, workout should just wreck the shit out of you. Most people are like, yeah, you should exert yourself, you should feel it, you should feel like you're doing something. But if you're hurting yourself while you're doing it, you're probably overdoing it. Like, you know, throwing your back out during the first fucking exercise
Is not like a tremendously healthy perspective. I think it makes a lot of people stay away from the gym, which
I think if I want your results, I'll take your advice, Anna.
is like not the long-term goal. So like I felt challenged, but I also didn't feel like it was easy. But I also, you know, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and probably be okay, which is perfect. So now I'm gonna go clean up because I'm disgusting, go about my day, feeling a little bit more accomplished. You know, I'm a step closer to where I wanna be. And I really didn't know how I was gonna come out of this, guys. Like I really, you know, I made a lot of progress prior to my surgeries on my fitness game, and
Even you can't convince me with that. Your eyes were like over here, and then they were over here, and then they crossed back and forth. You are lying, madam.
I was nervous about confronting myself with the fact that I'm not there anymore.
You were? You ever were?
And I think the more I go on this journey for everything related to my health, and honestly, it's starting to be everything related to my life in general.
It's kind of how health journeys work, Anna. Here's the thing. I know this is just word salad moment. Anna usually finishes off her little workout, her little inspirational videos with this. She like word salads her way out. We've been going over Anna's old content from back when she was doing her original blog, which is still her Glitter and Lasers blog, but this is the original part. That's not what I'm looking for. The original purpose of the Glitter and Lasers blog was because Anna had tried out for Biggest Loser and hadn't made it. And so the day after she was turned down for The Biggest Loser, she started a health blog with a friend, and they were both going to track their health journeys there. And Anna was at least 200, almost 300 pounds lighter during the original creation of this blog. And Anna, in that blog, talked about how this was a lifestyle change, how she had to not only change her eating habits and her exercise habits, but she needed to change her lifestyles as well. Like, she was writing letters to her dad and her stepmom, asking them to, when she came to visit, to not have everything organized around food, to plan, you know, physical outings for the family so that they could do things together that wasn't eating. She was writing about how she was finding friends and doing exercise classes because she wanted to create relationships that were based on physical activity and exercise and not based on food. She was confronting herself for being a food addict. She was self-examining herself for how she dealt with her emotions and her trauma with food. She was very self-aware. She was saying all the right things and doing, as far as the blog was showing us, doing all the right things to be a success in weight loss. She at least was aware of why she needed to do the things that she still needs to do. And somewhere around 2015, I believe it is, she just quit. She just quit. And she rebranded herself as this plus size fashion guru. And that's when the channel blew up. And now she's trying to rebrand herself as a plus size exercise guru. Do not take advice from this woman as far as exercise is concerned. And now, of course, she's like a lipedema warrior. And now she's talking about lifestyle changes, but she's not changing anything. again, we have eyes. I just, it's just such a strange contrast to go back and read her 2012 and 2013 blog about how she's doing everything in her power to lose. I think she was trying to lose 150 pounds or something like that. She was trying to lose weight. She was eager to lose weight. She had goals like being able to cross my legs and wear a seatbelt without a seatbelt extender and things like that. Like, she had goals that she couldn't do. She can't do today, right? Like, even more so, she can't do today. She's much heavier. She's a few 100 pounds heavier now than she was when she tried out for Biggest Loser, right? So it's just so weird. It's like two different people. It's like somewhere in 2015, Anna took a blow to the head and woke up as this plus size fashionista. And I don't know if that was just like a business move where she was like, hey, I'm not making any money being a weight loss influencer. Maybe I should, hard shift into fashion. And then she got sucked into the BOPO movement. And now she's stuck here, right? I don't know. They're two different Annas. And it's a very stark contrast. And then to have her sitting here right now with her word salad going on about how she's doing lifestyle changes and how starting things suck and how this workout that she just did was challenging, but it's not going to break her, and how working out is how people have this conception that working out should break you. She didn't talk like this in her 2012 blogs. She went to a SoulCycle class and she was like ecstatic about it. She was talking about how much she loved it, and she was going to SoulCycle frequently. Right? Her first class, she loved it. How does that match with like the start of everything sucks? It doesn't match up. Anyway, I'm just rambling.
The more I learn is like the hardest part is the doing the first thing, right? Like I personally have a lot of anxiety, so I build up a lot of anxiety in my
believe that.
Brain, and that gets in the way for me just doing it.
I also believe that.
And oftentimes after I do it, I realize that like I made it to be much bigger than it was.
I believe that as well.
Right? And if I had just done it and not waited, I probably would have been happier sooner.
Yes, I also believe that.
So take that with whatever it is. If you do suffer from anxiety, just go do it, because it'll probably feel better than, anxiously wondering if you can or not.
I will take advice from my therapist and not from you. Thank you.
So I guess I'm back in my fitness girl era, and let me know if you guys want to see more workouts in the future. I just wanted to share this one because it really...
I do. I want to see more workouts in the future because I feel like if the audience demands to see more workouts in the future and she actually acquiesces to it, it will mean that she will have to work out more and there will be some progress. Even if it's incredibly slow, the simple fact that she'd have to do this more than once every 3 months, which is what it appears, that's what actually happens, that would mean that she would at least have to do it enough times that things should improve, even if it's just this much. It would be a form of accountability. The problem is Anna says this kind of crap and then doesn't follow through with it. She's very much like Amber. Tell me what kind of content you want me to make, and then people will tell her, and then she does the exact opposite, right? Anna's kind of like that. People are telling her, we came here to see your fashion hauls. What happened to the fashion hauls? We were really here for the fashion hauls. Like, she's got a huge part of her audience asking her to go back to the fashion hauls because they're not here for the exercise stuff. They're not here for the lipedema stuff. They're not here for this medical weird journey that she's on. And yet, when was the last time she posted I don't watch them, but the last time she posted a fashion haul was, I want to say like a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. Let's find out. Yeah, her last fashion haul was plus size Old Navy try on haul, and it was a month ago. And she did 2 of them right in a row. She did the Navy, Old Navy, and the Walmart. And then before that, it was another month in between Walmart and Sugar Lips. The Sugar Lips haul. And in between, she's just making video after video after video about her health journey and the lipedema surgery and just like woo and bullshit and woo and bullshit. And oh, by the way, here's that thing that I built my entire channel on. It's... I guess going back to this, I guess I would like to see her do more workout videos only because I think it would force her to do more workouts and force her to be somewhat accountable. Because if she's on like workout 10 and her form has not improved and it's, 5 months in the future that we see workout 10, you're going to have an even harder time selling me on the idea that you're working out as frequently as you claim you are and that you're progressing in your workouts as much as you claim you are because your form isn't changed in 5 months, which it really hasn't. It really hasn't. She actually was starting to get a little bit better there at the end of her like fitness storyline right before the lipedema storyline started. So it's very clear that since she started going on vacation every other month and then started pushing this lipedema storyline this year, that she just basically quit working out. So even the little bit of working out that she was doing, she just straight up stopped. And this is clearly the first time she's worked out since ever, for a very long time, even before the lipedema surgery stuff. So
really was a big one for me to come back to working out after 3 months of literally like doing nothing.
It has to have been longer than 3 months. It just has to have been.
Feels good. The post-workout high is a real thing.
Okay.
So yeah, see you guys later.
Bye. I think I said everything that I wanted to say in the moment. Again, I really can't wait to see Alona's reaction to this. She'll probably have it up before I put mine up. But I always like watching her stuff because she almost always says the exact same shit I said, only Alona does this for a living. I don't. So I always feel like, yeah, that's right. That's right. All that being said, we talked in one of the past videos about how Anna tries to control and manipulate her story, her online persona and her online story in a variety of ways. One of which is this weird don't believe what you see, only believe what I tell you thing. And it's effectively gaslighting. She's trying to gaslight all of us, even though we can see with our own eyes one thing. Anna will say with words what she wants us to see. She wants us to see that, she's grr fitness and this wasn't hard for her and yada yada yada. When clearly it was, right? She's done the same thing with several of her post-surgery videos or post-surgery pictures where she's like, oh my God, the difference is night and day. And it's like, what difference? But yet she's insistent that there is a difference. And she's going to continue to berate us with words to counter what our eyeballs are seeing, to the point where she's just kind of trying to wear us down to the point where we're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Maybe I do see a difference. There is no difference, right? And the other ways that she does this is she'll control who can comment on the videos. Again, this is her right to do. It's her channel. If she wants to block comments completely, that's entirely up to her. However, audiences don't respond well to that. So even though it's within her rights to do, she's going to have to live with the repercussions of that. And typically you're going to get twice as many negative responses when you limit comments as you would have gotten positive comments if you just left it up. And then when all of that fails, And then sometimes she'll try to like rewrite the narrative, try to rewrite the story. We talked about that at the beginning of this video. And when all of that fails, she will delete things. She'll just completely delete them off of the internet, off of all of her social media, or off of one social media, but not another, because her audience on one social media is slightly different than her audience on a different one. And so whichever one she's getting the most negative feedback on, that's the social media platform she'll delete whatever it is off of, right? But it'll still be up, usually on TikTok. So that's how Anna tries to control her narrative and her story, as opposed to just being transparent, just being open, just being frank with her audience. And then she likes to be like, oh my God, I'm so raw and authentic with you guys, and you're just making judgment calls based on things that you want to be true about me. And it's like, no, Anna. We can use our eyeballs and see in the videos the way that you move, the way that you look, the way that your body responds to things that you try to get it to do. We can see all of that in your videos. And we can see that those are not the results that you would expect to see from anyone else who was actually doing the things you're claiming you're doing. Anna's standing here trying to tell us that the sky is green when we can all clearly see it's blue. And then she's going to give us 9 different reasons why we perceive the sky as being blue, and how we're wrong. The sky is not blue, it's green, and we should just trust her, bro. And if we don't trust her, then we're haters, and we're just trying to make a story up about her that isn't true. And it's like, the sky is blue. And none of your explanations as to why the sky is blue make any sense. Right? So it's that kind of a situation. But this is how Anna handles the control of her narrative. And that's also usually how she responds to criticism, which she views criticism as a threat to her stories, to her narrative, to her persona. And that's also why she addresses it so negatively. She reacts to it so poorly, is because she's not prepared for it. I don't think Anna's used to getting as much negative pushback as she's been receiving lately, because Anna has become a very big focal point of Girl World lately, especially since the other 2 queens of Girl World are kind of boring right now. Anna isn't. And so she's just not ready for this level of critique. And instead of just plain up ignoring us, which is probably the best course of action, to be perfectly honest, she keeps trying to go toe-to-toe with people who are criticizing her. She tries to discredit them. She tries to block them. She tries to, keep their voices away from her audience. And it just doesn't work that way. It's like it's trying to push water uphill. It just doesn't work, right? So anyway, and again, we go back to what I said at the very beginning. I'm starting to feel bad for her. I really am. I don't feel guilty. I just feel bad, because it's clear that she's struggling. And it's confusing to me as to why she's struggling as much as she is, because I feel like she should know this shit by now. But it's very obvious that she's not prepared for this, and she's struggling with how to deal with it. Anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a pair of sneakers down in the comment section, because they're kind of sort of related to gym workouts, and I think I've recently had you guys put exercise equipment down, so sneakers it is. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I think, again, I've said everything I think I'm going to say about this. I mean, if my opinion is not clear, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thanks to you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. I truly appreciate it. And I will see everybody in the next one. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.